Hello and welcome to Documint. In this video, we're going to show you how Documint will format dates from your incoming data. So we have an invoice here, and this is our invoice date, and maybe kind of not the best looking, the ISO format here, and we want to make it a bit nicer to look at. So how do we do that? Well, first of all, let's check what the information looks like in Airtable. And we can see here that we have an invoice date in our ISO format. We need it like this for some other things that we're doing with it. But when we render it in the invoice, we want it to be a bit easier to read and understand based on where we are in the world. So how we do that is drag in our document template here. So this is our variable here for invoice date, which maps up to our Airtable. And we are going to format that. So if we go to our formatting help documentation under variables and formatting, we have a whole section here on ways that we can transform data. Numbers is covered in another video. And here's dates. So we need a prefix to tell Documint what kind of information we want to transform. Then we need the variable name, which will depend on your field name, and then the format pattern. So what can we do with these formats? Well, this is a list of all of the kinds of formats that we can make available to Documint to transform dates. So all we have to do is work through this list and decide how we want our date to look. So perhaps in this case, we'll choose a short month at the beginning. And then we'll choose a day. And maybe let's have this one. Maybe we'll have D-O, D and small o. So that's our month, our day, and now we want our year. And our year, maybe we want this one, the four-digit version. So year. So we've got a little bit to remember there. And it's going to follow this format. So we start off with this part and we put in our pattern. And we can separate this with any text in between. So we can put a slash, we can just leave a space, so on and so forth. So let's give it a try. So we wanted month, day, and year. Okay, see if I can remember this. So we go to our template, and we want to transform this item here, the invoice date. So we needed to put a dollar and then date. Document what kind of output we want. Go to the end. We had a space. We need double quotes, and it was MMM space DO space YY I for the year inside our quotes. And let's see what that does to help us. So let's get this one out of the way. We'll go back to our Airtable and we click on Create Invoice. Give it a second. And there we are. So this was our original date, 13th of January 2022, but now we have January the 13th, 2022. Much easier to understand, no problems there. So that's great. Let's just go back to our Airtable. We see that the data hasn't changed here. The underlying data is still the same, but we can transform the date into any of those formats, any combination of those formats that you wish, so that we get the nice result that we're looking for with our date transformations. So thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video.